This is not a violin or fiddle channel, even though I'm wearing my awesome Fiddlehead t-shirt from the amazing fiddle teacher Jason Kleinberg over at Fiddlehead. Check out his videos, play the violin, it will save your life. This is an sketchbook. Zen. Well, I guess actually, now that I'm thinking about it, my whole thing is kind of everything integrated. So heck, you know what? Artistic expression is playing the fiddle. So maybe I'll play more fiddle. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Anyhow, how have you been? It's been a long time. What has happened? I started a new job. I love it, actually. It's very busy. Very, it's kind of like a whole lot of things all at once. What else did I do? I started a new job. Oh, my bees didn't make it. I guess probably that swarm. The queen was not, well, to be blunt, she probably got kicked out of the other hive and took a bunch of bees, moved into my joint, and yeah, they didn't make it, even though I was taking care of them as best as I could. What else? One of the chickens died. That was sad. Apparently, us human beings were so awesome that we have, over time, hybridized chickens, so they generally don't live much longer than their egg-laying lifespan, which is actually terrible. A chicken should live 10 years, and most chickens these days live about 3 to 4 years. So I didn't know that. So one of them is gone. The other two were very blue, weren't laying. Now they've started laying again every so often. So I think they are starting to carry on like you have to do. What else? I'm trying to think. I've been enjoying summer. It's been a great summer here where I live on this island in the Pacific. Really great. And doing art. Doing my whole Zen Buddhist awesome thing, and art and everything else. But I know that you guys have missed the videos, so I thought, what the heck? How about I do a sketchbook tour, because I just finished my sketchbook. And that's what we're gonna do, because that would be an awesome thing. Isn't this a great shirt, by the way? I just love it. It is the coolest thing. Here, maybe you can't see it so well. There is even a cat playing a fiddle. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. Pretty cool. Oh, another cool thing, speaking of fiddles, I got this. This is a cool thing. This, I should do a video on this. Hey, maybe I actually will. This is a Fluke Cricket. Is that right? Magic Fluke Cricket travel violin. Isn't that neat? I just love it. It's like futuristic, but it's actually based on a violin that traveling musicians would carry around, put in their greatcoats, so those big gigantic kind of like overcoat but bigger, and do their thing. It's really nice. And it's actually a semi-acoustic, I guess you'd call it, because it is acoustic, but it's also electric, and it fits in dun, 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 a tube. I just love it. I think it's the coolest thing, man. Yeah. Pretty neat. But that doesn't have anything to do with a sketchbook tour, does it? See, you guys missed these videos, and they are kind of organic, free-flowing, not really chaotic. They're chill. The most chaotic thing is my hair. Anyhow, how have you been doing? I hope you've been doing awesome. I hope the world in your universe is spectacular. Say hello in the comments, by the way. I miss hearing from you guys just as much as apparently some of you miss hearing from me. Without further ado, though, Pocket and I want to show you our most recent sketchbook. it was super fun, and the colors and things that I got with it, I'm pretty happy with it. I have to admit, I really am. It was a concept piece, so the entire sketchbook is just this one trip, basically. It's a vibe on trying new things, being colorful, spontaneous, abstract as possible, and just basically having fun with your art, which is a thing that sometimes we forget about, right? Art can sometimes be, well, you can follow just a process, right? Like, I don't know, maybe you really dig painting coffee cups, and that's all you do, and you follow the same procedure every time, and that becomes very mechanical. So what I've tried to do with this sketchbook is do things kind of spontaneously and wild and crazy, and just kind of have fun with it and try a whole bunch of different ways of doing things, a whole bunch of different ideas, a whole bunch of ways of creating and trying to express myself. And, you know, some of it is depictions of things that are going on in my dreams, my reality, my universe, and everything in between. So anyways, without further ado, let's get to it. Check it out. Here we go. All right, so this is the Honeymoon. I really like this one. So with this sketchbook, I tried to, oh, look at the feather. I tried to be as abstract as possible, I guess. My whole plan with this was to use as much color and really play with abstraction. So the whole thing has the similar vibe. So we open it up, and as you know, I always start with some kind of a self-portrait. So this is some kind of a self-portrait. It's cool. And oh, the other thing is I really tried to utilize the massive panels. So pretty much everything is 2 pages. And I absolutely love this. This may become a large acrylic painting, I think, because that's pretty darn neat. Oh, hummingbirds outside watching. Oh, this goes this way. That could become a big painting too. Well, it is a big painting. But really trying to be a little bit different in everything in this, which is turned out pretty awesome. The only problem with the Honeymoon doing the double panels is it bleeds, but I don't think that can be helped because there's, you know, holes in the paper and I'm using watercolors. Love the color. It's such a vibrant, and I'm very, I don't even know how to describe it, but when I'm using the paintbrush, I'm like destroying paintbrushes painting in the way that I do, because I kind of mash the colors together, which ends up being really a neat way to do it, that's for sure. Love what I got. So even when I did, you know, landscapes, like I like to do them every so often, as you know. I tried to make it as abstracted as possible. And I really like how it turned out. As you see, that whole bleeding thing. But that's okay. I don't mind. It's a sketchbook after all. Different things. This was just like a spontaneous painting. I decided that day I'm just gonna paint and let whatever comes out come out. I love the color. Oh, Pocket loves it too. That's pretty cool. Different use of color with that one. Like I said, I tried to do things somewhat differently for the whole sketchbook. Very neat. Some of these would be pretty cool, big paintings, I have to say. Some of them, I don't know that, you know, I'm madly in love with them, but I'm pretty happy with them either way. Like this is, I like it. I don't know that I'm madly in love with it. This is cool. If you know what that is, you know what that is. Very different than my usual. I really like it though. I think it's super neat. I really tried to let the colors bleed and blend. And then I went over it with a pen and with my ink brush pen. So this one, it was actually pretty labor intensive. But I love this kind of thing. Like when you look at it up close, some cool stuff happened. Like I said, abstract, experimental stuff. I can't remember if this goes this way or vertical, but I love the color. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, and then I really, if you haven't checked out the artist Emily Carr, she really kind of inspired me. And that's kind of, I try to do my trees a la Emily Carr. I did a few of them like this. She was an amazing artist that is actually from the same city that I live in. And I really like how this turned out. I'm going to still experiment with these trees and this way of doing things. So it was a few days that I played around with this, trying to merge my way of painting in this kind of topsy-turvy world that she created. There's another one. And some of these are kind of dreamlike meditation after effects, is I guess the best way to describe them. I'm not going to go into it though. I love this. Absolutely love the color. Like, man, look at that color. I don't know if you can see it as well as I see it in real life, but man, when I use color, that's for sure. I go through paint like it's nobody's business. I think this one actually goes this way. Or maybe it goes that way. I can't remember. Yeah, same thing with that one. It either goes one way or it goes the other. I guess in the end it doesn't really matter. I think this was the end of my yellow, actually. After that, everything is a lot darker. I love it though, like check that out. When then I went on a bit of a very different trip. I was looking up kind of graffiti artists for a while. And I did some of this. I really like that one. I should turn that around so you can read that. I really like this one. Very cool. Oh, and this one too. And again, the bleeding happened. Like this one was very cool. That's the Heart Sutra. And that brings us to the end. And I always end with a bit of a Buddha, or a Yoda, I mean. What's that? Super fun. I don't have favorites, but I really like this one. I think that would look really neat on the wall, but they all would. The thing about a sketchbook is it's memories, it's different expressions, it's different times, different days, different places. Like some of these I did at my cabin. Like I think all of these I did up at my cabin. Some of these are, you know, on a Saturday morning. Some of these are inspired by things that are kind of life-changing. So there you go. That is this experimental, abstract, ultra colorful, I think super awesome sketchbook. I really like the Honeymoon. It is very cool. I love the size that you get with it. So it's well worth the purchase. The only problem I have with it, and I don't think it's gonna be, you know, something that I can get a big change with anywhere. It's because of, you know, the way its binding is. It's got these 3 stitches, which are holes in the paper, which means, you know, I do that one, and then I flip it, and if I use a lot of color, it's gonna bleed through. But yeah, see, it bleeds through. But other than that, pretty awesome. So there you go. The Honeymoon awesome abstract sketchbook. It was a fun ride while it lasted. Hope you liked it. So what do you think? That was pretty fun. It was super fun to make that thing, and I just love the way my art is going. It's really changing over time. Is yours? I imagine it is. I think most of us, unless we fall into that pitfall of, like I said, being methodical, and I'm painting like this, and this is what I'm painting, and oh, I must paint like this because this is what I'm painting, and oh, I'm gonna paint today, this is what I must do because this is what I'm painting. And it just kind of, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of artists that do that. I myself fall into that trap sometimes. And I think the most important thing as an artist is to examine your life, what you do, how you do it, what you see, and what you're trying to create. And then once it's done, let it go, man. Just let it go. Let what comes in, come in, express itself, and then let it all go. And I think that's a good philosophy for life. I think that's a good philosophy for your art. And anyways, I'll leave it at that. So, since, you know, there was a little bit of fiddling going on, and I'm wearing my Hey Diddle Diddle, my cat and my fiddle, Fiddlehead Awesome t-shirt. This reminds me of my art. How about I give you another little clip of me playing violin. I've only been playing, by the way, for a very short period of time, so be gentle, be kind. Yeah, I think, how long have I been playing? I think it's almost 3 years now. I think it'll be 3 years. Yeah, it'll be 3 years on Christmas Day. So there you go. But I play as much as possible. Today I actually played for about 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie, that's a long practice. My fingers are a little bit sore, but it was great practice. And I still managed to do a video with you. So I think all things said, that was a successful day. I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line, say hello, tell me what kind of art you're doing, tell me what is new in your life. Check out our Instagram, by the way, because I still do that. And that is about it. Until next time, keep being awesome and try to spread some joy and love and kindness in this world. See you later.